Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Ruth is sitting right over there, but she's tired. Had a hard day yesterday. Today I want to talk about solar for my expandable house and the availability and the solar setup of what I have and what I purchased on the house. Chicha had a phone call, so we got sidetracked. No big deal. Solar setup and how much you need for backup. You know what? How much do you really need for backup for solar? I'm just going to talk about what I have and what I did, and then you guys can decide what you want to do. Mine's going to be different than what you want, because you may want different items on than I want. Now the key is what do you want to charge? Do you just want it for lights, or you want to have it to for TV, lights and TV, lights, TV, and a fan? So that's really something to think about. Or do you want the whole house on solar? That is a bigger setup and a bigger thing all the way around. So what's the best thing to do? So for me, what I did was I did mine in stages. I bought I bought 2 solar panels in the beginning, 400 watts. And I added that on, and then I put my lights on and my fan on and my TV on and a couple of batteries. And it cost me, originally it cost me I think about $500 for all that. And that included a couple batteries. But if you listen, and this is the thing I want to say, if you're looking just to do a light, a fan, a TV that you can have with a couple of batteries, lights maybe overnight, things like that. Now you can do what they call the really low voltage solar lights. And those things will last all night long. They'll last 14, 16 hours on a battery. You could even use a car battery. It'll last all night. You still have charge in your battery. So a 100 watt panel, you can buy a 100 watt panel for $60 here. Where I live, you can buy it here in town. $60. Our charger controller is going to cost you anywhere from $30 to $50 depending on what kind of 12 volt, 24 volt. Inverter, the ones you plug your item into, so the inverter that you plug in and then you plug your fan in and things like that, or strip cord, things like that, will run around $40 to $50. You can get inverters, they go up in price, charge controllers go up in price, but I'm talking just a good basic setup, $50. And so if you add all that up, it's about $210. So for $200 to $250, you can have a nice setup here. It'll do your fan, it'll do your TV, it'll do lights. It'll give you probably about 6 hours of usage. If lights will give you all night long. What's going to take away is a fan. That's really going to take it away. If you have the small LED TV, they don't really pull too many amps or watts. And what you really need to decide is what you want to charge, how much you want to charge, and how much you want to actually put into it. If you want a simple system, it's real easily done. You can do a real simple system to $300. If you want to go up from there, and what I did, that's exactly what I did. I started small and added. And I ended up putting, and you'll see pictures of this, I put everything on a 2-wheeler, so it's transportable. So I can use it on this house. I can actually take it and throw it in the car and take it somewhere and use it, throw a couple panels on it, charge up the batteries. We can use it for karaoke. We can use it for whatever. I have 350 amp hours of power on my solar setup. I need more than that, but you can easily add more batteries. The key to solar is your batteries. It is the root. It is the core. The core of your solar system is not necessarily the solar, but it's the batteries. The batteries will actually give you it's the backbone of the system. So depending on what you want to charge, you can actually do a whole house, and my buddy does the whole houses. He can do whole houses for you, and they vary in price anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 depending on how big the house is, depending on how much you have. What we have on my system now is I have a fridge, a TV, 3 solar systems, the lights for the house, any other charges as far as the phones, the laptops, the computer, all that stuff is all included. The only thing that's not on my setup is my air conditioner. I can easily add an aircon to my system, real easy. I have a 1 horse set up, and I have a 2.5 horse aircon. The 2.5 right now is not working, but the 2.5 itself I could easily add. All I have to do is add the batteries to it and give me more power. And that's the key: amps, volts. You need to keep up with your amps, volts, watts. So how much do I need? Now the 1 horse will work fine. I can actually plug the 1 horse in, and I have enough solar I can run my 1 horse. That in a TV. I can't do anything else with it on, or I could charge a phone or something like that. But other than that, it will just run. It just run the aircon. It'll run it as long as I need it. If the sun is out, it'll run it all day, because sun's out to keep the batteries charged. So if I run horse, I probably only get a few hours out of it, because I don't want to drain the batteries. It depends on how hot it is. It depends how much the compressor kicks in. There's a lot of variables there, but yeah, you can easily do it. It doesn't pull that many watts. It's a very low watt system. Very, very, very 5,000. It's a very, very small setup. So, and I just have that for my bedroom. So it gives me my bedroom where I have my availability. I can actually turn it on at night and close the door and get some comfort in there. And it's really for that. And then I have the other aircon 2.5 horse to run the other part of the house. But you can easily add on to that if you want to add on to that. As you can see, I'm holding the phone, so I'm sorry if it's fluctuating around a little bit. And you can see the laundry. I did that laundry yesterday. Oh, I'm proud, right? Not really. Now the panels, yeah. So what you need to do is find out what kind of aircon you have. You want your aircon on. Now, what I did, I bought all the stuff from Lazada. I will have the links on the products that I have that I purchased from Lazada, and I'll put those links in there. I bought it all from Lazada. I had it shipped here from Lazada. I designed it myself, and I had the solar installer guy. I installed it all myself. I had the solar guy come and actually recheck my wiring before I turned it on. And he did, and what he did was he said, I found that you did not do your batteries correctly, Tom, on this battery, and it is going to cause, and which I did. I caused a problem on my battery, so I lost 2 batteries. So as I see it and things, I feel like that what I should do is get his expertise. So I paid him to do it. It cost me $40, 2,000 peso, and he rewired what he needed rewired and fixed it for me. Now, as I added this products on, I just made a deal with him. He came out and he put it on, and he just charged me labor. That's it. It was cheaper for me to buy it from Lazada than buy it from the local solar installer. You guys understand that. Sometimes locally they'll charge you 5, 6 times, 3 times. Not saying, I mean, he's got to make a profit on it, because where he's buying it from local distributor, and they have profit, and then he's got to add profit to it. But at the long run, I always made sure he was taken care of, because he's a great guy, great installer. I would recommend him for all kinds of work. He's just one of those guys I would always recommend. So batteries, and just find you a good local installer that would help you with that. If you need any kind of help, there's many online guys here in the Philippines that really will help you. They're really good about it here. And the guys, to be honest, to be certified to do solar here, you have to go to school, and you have to be certified to do it. It's not just some guy, and they have guys, helpers that help them. It's just not some guy decided I'm going to put up solar. They actually go to school here, and they actually get a degree in solar and small electronics, because you have to have some type of degree on it, right, to know what you're doing. So, and what I'm saving, I save about $40 a month on my solar. It gives me an idea that solar for me, what I have on my bill. And remember, I'm supplying this house over here and this house here, my solar. So like the fan right here is burning. I have solar right here plugged in, and it's plugged into my solar. So the fan is running on solar, and most of my house is running on solar right now, except for the air cons. These fans don't pull that much, but you get 3 or 4 of them on, plus all the other things. So you just, it's not the solar panels itself is the key. The key is your batteries. The batteries. If you have good lithium batteries, a good power pack or things like that, that's where you're set. That is the key. So if you can get good batteries, a good type of power pack, a battery power pack, something like that, and I need up to 2 kilowatt of power, maybe a little more. Some people said you might a little more than that, but it's all right. 2 kilowatt would be fine for me. And what I mean a battery backup, I have 350 amp hours now. You get up way over that, up to at least 2. 1 to 2. 1 to 2 would probably give me all I need to do the big air con in the whole house. But am I complaining? No, I don't. I'm willing to pay the fees for the air con, and everything else is on solar, because here is something that really is something that you really don't think about here. Power's going to go out sometime along the lines. My buddy said, "Oh man, it never goes out up here in Luzon." He sent me an email. Guess what? It went out 3 times after he said that. So you have that, and it's going to have that. You're going to have it just go out on you just because of life. So just be prepared for the worst and expect, just be prepared. So and the same thing for water. Water's a simple thing. Just boil your water here. Solar's a simple thing. You can actually, as you can see the clothes blowing. You could do a small wind. I could do a wind turbine here, or 2 wind turbines, and they'll pull anywhere from 3 to 5, 800 watts. So they would charge during the night, for an example. Say, for instance, the batteries are low. It's very. I'm kind of up, so you get the wind. So it wouldn't be a problem to charge the batteries at night, and I could keep. What I do is I turn everything. I don't put my fridge on at night on solar. Everything is cut off solar about 5 o'clock, and then everything is run on electric. So from about 7 in the morning to 5 o'clock or 5:30, depending on the sun, or 4 o'clock, depending on the sun, it's on solar. Rest of the time, it's not. So as you can see, I'm only getting benefit part of the day. It's okay. I'm not going to complain. I'm happy and I'm content with it. If I want to add on, I can. And I spent approximately on this setup right now about $1,600, $1,700, something like that. I stated I spent $1,800 on it before, but I got to be looking at the bills the other day and the costs, so it runs me $1,600, $1,700. That includes all the batteries, the nuts and bolts, includes the guy coming out 2 or 3 times to double check everything, because he did with the after service report call. So after it was he did it, he wanted to make sure everything was fine. He came back the next morning and everything was working properly. So how can you beat that? So I want to thank everybody for watching. That is my solar install on my expandable house. I'll have pictures and everything to show everybody what I have.